While nobody was looking, including the U.S. media, we quietly entered another war. So The Intercept breaks it down for us here. The U.S. military directly attacked Houthi rebels in Yemen for the first time, firing Tomahawk cruise missiles at 3 rebel-held radar stations on the Red Sea coast. The attack, which was in retaliation for a failed missile attack on a U.S. Navy destroyer on Sunday, risks drawing the U.S. further into the 18-month war. In March 2015, a coalition of states led by Saudi Arabia began a U.S.-backed bombing campaign against the Houthi forces, which 4 months earlier had seized Yemen's capital and deposed the country's U.S. and Saudi-backed dictator. Since then, the U.S. has flown refueling missions for Saudi aircraft, supplied targeting intelligence, and resupplied the Saudi efforts with tens of billions of dollars of weapons. Okay, so let me give you guys some backstory on this so you'll understand exactly what happened here. The U.S. has been giving Saudi Arabia billions of dollars worth of weapons since they started bombing Yemen. Now, as a result of that, Saudi Arabia has bombed open-air markets, food factories, they've bombed hospitals, they've bombed schools, including schools for the blind, they've bombed mosques, they've taken out civilians, and they did it on purpose. In fact, over 50% of the dead are civilians. Now, not only that, they've used chemical weapons like white phosphorus, that's illegal under international law, and they've used cluster bombs, which are illegal under international law because they kill civilians and can kill people way after the initial bombing. So all this is going on while Saudi Arabia is leading the UN Human Rights Panel. And the entire time we're aiding them, we're arming them, we're helping them with coordinates, we're refueling them, so on and so forth. So one of the main issues with this that we've discussed is, as they bomb, there's clear pictures all over social media of a bombing will happen, they'll massacre civilians. You could see the American writing on the bombs, made in fill in the blank with an American city. So people in Yemen look at that, they go, oh, so not only fuck Saudi Arabia, who's massacring our civilians, fuck the Americans also, because look at this shit. Now, again, the reason Saudi's bombing is because there was a Shia Houthi rebel takeover of the Sunni dictatorship. So they ousted the Sunnis, and then the Shias took control. Obviously, Saudi Arabia's on the side of the Sunnis, and they want to change this. So what else is happening? Saudi Arabia is arming and backing Al-Qaeda as Sunni militias on the ground to fight the Shias. Now, that's our weapons, our money also. We're aligned with Saudi Arabia, so we're also aligned with Al-Qaeda, who are the forces on the ground in this instance. Now the U.S. decided to get directly involved. They got directly involved because the Houthis unsuccessfully attacked a U.S. ship. So now we got involved and directly bombed Houthi radar stations. First of all, we shouldn't be aiding Saudi Arabia because they're massacring civilians. They don't care about civilian casualties, and they're not in this for, hey, we need to preserve human rights and freedom and altruism. So we shouldn't be backing them in the first place, and we definitely shouldn't have our ships near fucking Yemen. Get them out of there! Get them out of there! Get them out of there! Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? So then they get attacked there. Oh, now we got to go to war again. Well, we've done 7 interventions under Obama. There's an actual war, flat-out war in Afghanistan, flat-out war in Iraq. Then you have, the differing degrees on the spectrum and in the other places. In Syria, okay, do traditional airstrikes. In Pakistan and Somalia, okay, it's just drone strikes every now and then. In some places, it's special ops on the ground. But there's a spectrum of war going on everywhere. Well, now we've actually entered the next phase of the next war, this time with Yemen under a supposedly liberal democratic president. The people don't want this, guys. The American people don't want this. I mean, oh, why do they hate us? Why do they hate us? Why do they hate us? Well, maybe this is one of the reasons why they fucking hate us. Maybe we're arming the worst Wahhabi maniacs on the planet, jihadists. They're arming Al-Qaeda. We're killing civilians in a country that's got nothing to fucking do with us. With our weapons. They see it's our weapons. We're arming these monsters. And then they strike back 0.2%. We go, the fuck, now we gotta go to more war. How dare you attack America? Get the fuck out of there! Get out of there! This is a classic example of blowback. Unintended consequences of an interventionist foreign policy. We need to put a stop to it. We need to put it in reverse. And we need to do that because the American people don't want it, and we can use those resources at home.